iTalk has been under fire by the Fortnite community lately, and today I wanted to give my thoughts on the situation. And of course, as usual, we are going to be taking a look at what the internet has to say about all of this as well. We'll walk you through exactly why he's getting flamed. I'm going to give my thoughts, and then we'll get to it afterwards. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. So, you know what? How do I want to do this? Because I was thinking maybe we should, you know what? I will run you through everything that he ended up getting flamed for in the past week or so, okay? This was one of the main things that people were getting upset about. Now, it's a little bit out of order. I have everything in front of me here, okay? So I'll just show you what people are mad about, okay? iTalk posting this on Twitter. Shout out to Epic Games for hooking me up with a ton of upcoming Fortnite cosmetics that are coming in the next 8 days. I tell you the prices, but Epic Games has decided to stop telling us prices to let you know they are, they'll let you know what they are when they drop hashtag Epic Partner. A lot of people are upset about this. We'll walk you through it, okay? He also made another post which is appreciating Epic Games, but people are also flaming him for doing this as well. This is one of the best gameplay trailers that Fortnite has ever produced. Do not take those videos for granted. These take a lot of time and effort to make, and we absolutely should be grateful for those videos. We continue on. There's another post that he got flamed for. We have 26 plus confirmed things coming this Fortnitemares. This is too much. What sucks is that collaborations are not always going to come back, so if you wanted a lot of these collabs, you only have one chance to get them, and then never again, like Ghostbusters. Finally, let me bring you to two videos that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is the first one over here. Fortnite is giving us too many skins this Fortnitemares, excuse me, it's right there. A little bit expanding on that tweet that he ended up posting, and there was one final video over here where it was titled, Fortnite is now hiding information from me. And it's more so talking about that same post where it's like, hey, we don't know the prices for things anymore, okay? There's a lot to break down with all of this, and I'm sorry, I know it was a little bit of a long intro, okay? So why don't we start with the first thing over here, that being we now have 26 confirmed things coming this Fortnitemares, and this is too much, and this is something that he ended up expanding in a YouTube video with. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? I think it is a little bit of a strange thing to complain about as well, and I might as well get this over with as well, okay? Yes, I do, before you comment down below, I do believe that iTalk has been overly negative with a lot of things about Fortnite. I've always, and I don't know if related is exactly the right word to use here, because I've always kind of understood how iTalk felt about the game. The problem is, it seemed, well, it doesn't really seem like it. It's very evident that he has had a complete 180 shift on his opinion and pretty well everything Fortnite related since his account got banned. I need you to sit down for a second, and for those of us who have played the game for like 8 years, and especially with the amount of money and time and effort iTalk has put into his account, I can't say that I wouldn't still be salty about it to this day as well. You guys would be salty, and this is something that a lot of people like to dog on iTalk for regularly. The problem is, honestly, guys, if I lost my account, I would lose all motivation to ever talk about the game, to ever play the game. But the problem is, and this is why a lot of YouTubers have been so negative lately, is because they're trapped within the Fortnite space. They feel like it's their, I mean, it is their job. I was about to say they feel like they need to make content on it because it's their job. They need to do that. So iTalk is probably continuously stuck making content, item shop content on a game that he does not like anymore. Of course, your attitude with everything is going to be reflective in your content. Of course, you're going to be salty with Epic Games. Of course, you're going to feel negative towards the game. I would too, 100%. But here's my big thing. And we talked about this with like other creators in general before. I don't understand why people disagree with the things that somebody says, and they just make such a big deal about it. Like, the things that iTalk said over here should not have gone, like, and when I say gone viral, I mean gone viral, like, within the Fortnite community over here. Obviously, this wasn't big enough to go to the Explore page or anything like that. But what's the big deal? So what iTalk thinks that there is too many Fortnite cosmetics coming. And guys, from the last little bit, I've had the pleasure of getting to know iTalk a little bit. And don't get me wrong, like, it's not like we're super close or anything like that. But I've always assumed as a viewer of iTalks, he seemed like a pretty genuine, pretty nice guy. And he has been nothing but that in the times that I've gotten to know him, the times that I've had the pleasure of speaking to him. So I do believe that when he says things like this, he really does have the community in mind. It's just coming off wrong, because I'm kind of with the Fortnite community. I understand how things like this come off. I understand that. Not that it's rude or anything. It's just like, okay, that's too much. But he does have the community in mind. Not everybody's going to have the V-Bucks. Everybody, Epic Games is practicing their fear of missing out. You know, the thing that a lot of people are upset with, I really do believe him when he starts talking about these things with the community in mind. I also do acknowledge that he has been overly negative with a lot of things about Fortnite. But again, why is this such a big deal? Why? Who cares what a particular person thinks? Like, it's fine to disagree. It's fine to comment down below and just be like, okay, I don't think it's too much. The more skins, the better. That's how I feel about it. But I'm not going to hate somebody because of it. And I feel like I always, and I know what I'm about to say. I'm going to say something along the lines of like, oh, I feel like I'm just talking to children when we talk about these things. Then you'll come back and say, oh, but the Fortnite community is made of children. Guys, the online Fortnite community, there are a lot of, there are a lot of people well into adulthood that behave like children. That's more of the backlash that you're seeing. Because even kids would just, like, scroll on. It's the miserable adults that kind of sit around just yapping over and over again about something like, again, so what? He thinks 26 skins is too much. Do I understand how he feels? I do. Do I think it's a little strange to compare about? Yeah. But here's the other thing that people are getting upset with I talk about with this entire thing, and it's that he's somebody that is in the skin program complaining about getting too many skins. Guys, first of all, I'll get this out of the way as well. And I know this has been a little bit unstructured. It's just like, there's a lot of nonsensical things that I'm seeing online, and people are being really, really, really rude to him. It's not just like, oh, people are disagreeing with him. People are like making fun of him. Go through some of the quote tweets, by the way. Like, it's ridiculous what some people are saying and like how much people are actually like really, really, really upset with him about. Just because somebody is in the Epic Games skin program does not mean that they can never criticize Fortnite ever. A lot of people actually like iTalk because of this, and I'm somebody who regularly watches iTalk. You see the comments all the time on iTalk where it's people like the fact that it's nice that there's somebody within the skin program that feels a little more authentic and isn't afraid to speak his mind and doesn't feel like he always has to be positive about Epic Games. Do I understand why people are positive? Yes. Again, do I think he's been overly negative? I do. But that's the beauty of Fortnite. And Tim Sweeney lets all of his employees, and I know that he doesn't technically work for Epic Games. You get my point. Tim Sweeney's gone on record saying he's for free speech. Anybody can say what they want, and I thought it can criticize the game while being in the skin program. But here's the other thing. Like, he ended up getting dogged on for this post over here because this was shortly after, right? Saying, and like we read, this is one of the best gameplay trailers that Fortnite has ever produced. Do not take these videos for granted. They take a lot of time and effort to make, and we absolutely should be grateful for these videos, okay? A lot of people have been talking about iTalk saying things like this, and it's like, oh, shut up. You know you're just saying that because you get skins. Oh, shut up, iTalk. We all know that you hate the game, right? What do you want iTalk to say? Honestly, do you want him to sit down and be like, hey, Epic Games, fuck you? Like, do you want him to, like, it doesn't make sense. What would he say? Plus, he probably genuinely enjoyed the trailer. And it was a little bit more of the same for that first initial post over here where he said, again, shout out to Epic Games for hooking me up with a ton of upcoming Fortnite Mirrors cosmetics. People are responding to that saying, oh yeah, the guy who thinks there's too many skins. We all know that you feel there's too many skins. We all know that you aren't happy with Epic Games right now. Again, what do you expect him to say? Do you want him to just say, like, no thanks, Epic Games, I won't take the free skins? Do you want him to just flip Epic Games off? The nice thing to do is to say thank you when you get something, and he's being polite. He's doing that. Plus, I don't know to what extent the people within the skin program are supposed to advertise these new skins, but I know it's pretty suggested that you have to do that. I just don't know the specific rules for it. He's in the skin program. He's getting skins. He advertises the skins. He's not doing anything wrong. He's not two-faced. Just because he thinks that we're getting too many skins from Epic Games shouldn't, like, exclude him from this skin program that he's in. On top of that, guys, we gotta be honest with you for a second, okay? And before I say this, yes, before you comment down below, I understand that you specific viewer watching this video may feel differently, but if I had to ballpark this, I would say it's about 50% of the cases. There is an unbelievable amount of jealousy when it comes to people that actually are in this skin program. I've been in this space for a long time now. I know a ton of creators that are in this Epic Games free cosmetic. I don't even know what it's called, the skin program from Epic Games. I know a lot of people that are in it. They all get the same hate. Every single time. They all get the same hate because people are jealous. People want the stuff for free. They're upset that somebody else is getting it for free when it's something that they have to pay for. And they can't exactly cope with the idea that somebody else is getting something for free when they have to pay for it. So they end up lashing out at those creators and finding ways to dog on them no matter what. Again, when it comes to this specific situation, I do think it was a little bit strange that iTalk was talking about having too many skins for Fortnite Mirrors, making those videos. I disagree with his opinions a lot on the game. I just think this is just really no big deal. This is no reason to just, insult the man to the level that I'm seeing online. If he really is bothering you that much, just mute him over on X. Don't watch his videos. It's not that difficult. And it's important to remember that a lot of people actually are frustrated with the state of Fortnite, are frustrated with Epic Games, and find it refreshing that somebody is so openly, talking down on Fortnite as much as iTalk does. Is it something that I particularly enjoy from him? No. The videos that I love from iTalk is when he's going over skins and things like that. But he's allowed to have an opinion, just as you are allowed to have your opinion. I can't believe that we consistently have this conversation when it comes to anything in the Fortnite community. It's insane to me. Look, it all boils down to, guys, again, if he bothers you, take off. If not, great. You can disagree in the comments, just be respectful. And it's sad that we have to keep having this conversation, but I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. Of course, it's not just about how I feel over here. I wanted to get the opinion of the Fortnite community as well, and I said this over on X. There's been a lot of talk around iTalk recently with a couple videos that he's made in posts like this. We'll make a video on it. If you have any thoughts, drop them below and I will include some replies. Please keep replies respectful. I'll have it out within a week. Thank you for your time, and we're here. We're making the video. I am excited, guys. If you want to join conversations like this, follow me over at X at Clen YouTube, or you can check out the link tree at the top of the description or the links within the description down below. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Let's hear what a couple people had to say. Cheeto had this to say. I like iTalk, I really do, but that was back in 2019, 2020. But seriously, he has been so negative lately, and I do think the main reason for that isn't the price changes, cosmetics, or even rarities being removed. It mostly comes down to his account being banned. I agree with that. But the thing is, there are things that he does talk about that are, that have issues with the game that are valid. At least, you know what? You know what's nice to see? At least it's stuff like that where we talk about, the bundles, fear of missing out a lot of times, things like that, instead of, oh, the player count's down and Fortnite's absolutely toast. At least it's a little bit of a refreshing negative conversation, I will say that. Emmanuel had this to say. Ever since he got his first account banned, his love for the game has faded and it shows. I personally don't like that he's complaining about the cosmetics when he's literally going to get them all for free while we have to pay with them for our own money. But here's the thing. You can just say that, I'm not saying, Emmanuel gave his opinion. He's going to move on. At least you don't hear any, flat-out insults over iTalk about this. That's the strange thing to me. Yeah, I don't understand, the thing is, I get his point. It just didn't land all that well, right? But let's continue on over to Snazzy Blogs. The community's response to this is just so wrong. I personally believe that all of this is originating out of jealousy and not out of genuine criticism for iTalk at all. This guy is just sharing his opinion, a harmless opinion, about how not sharing shop prices is 100% predatory and that maybe less is more at times when it comes to the amount of skins that we're getting for Fortnitemares. All this hate is coming from a bunch of entitled losers who don't touch grass or work, who are just mad at Epic Games and doesn't hand them stuff for free. Unfortunately, they don't have a massive influence, which actually takes effort to build up. It's a lose-lose situation. Apparently, iTalk can't have a negative opinion on the game because Epic gives him items for free, and if he's too nice to Epic, he's just a shill. Honestly, from my POV, the fact that he does say anything negative is really telling that he's sharing his genuine opinion, and I really respect him for not being afraid of losing the privileges that he has, since Epic could very easily just remove him for any arbitrary reason. Dude, I thought the vast majority of this is very, very well said. There was actually a couple things that I ended up wanting to highlight over here. The guy's just sharing his opinion, harmless opinion about not sharing, that wasn't it. All this hate is coming, yeah, here we go. All this hate is coming from a bunch of entitled losers who don't touch grass or work. And when we talk about this, we talk about the people who are, the types to send DMs, things like that. Not just, critique something that somebody says online, right? That's a whole different side of the story. Unfortunately, they don't have a massive influence. It actually takes effort to build up. Yeah, everybody in this community, for some reason, believes that they should just be handed everything for free. It's not fair that somebody is in the free skin program. And I would ballpark half the cases. Half the cases of people getting mad at people in the skin program are just upset that they're not getting anything for free. But how true is this as well? If he's too nice, he's a shill. If he's too negative, he's a hater. You cannot win in this community. As Snazzy said, it's a lose-lose situation. X-Gamer had this to say. As much as I understand people being mad, you seriously cannot deny that he deserves being in the program. He has definitely inspired a few creators, including myself. Now, obviously, he might not have the exact same passion he once had for Fortnite. However, I don't think that should hinder him from being in the program. This is coming from someone who really wants to be in the program, trying my best to be in it every day. I have no problem with iTalk getting this stuff for free. I will say again that I do understand where people are coming from, as iTalk has gone back on a few statements he has made in the past. such as him saying that it would be fine if they remove rarities in 2022, but then in 2024 he didn't like that for some reason. Nothing against him, you can change your opinions on things all the time. Yeah, that's true. I see absolutely no reason why he shouldn't be part of the program. 100%. With the amount of time and money he has spent into this game, he absolutely deserves to be part of the program. 100%, okay? Mr. Punk had this to say. Honestly, cool to have content creators like him who properly criticize the game and Epic. We absolutely need YouTubers like him. Ninja gets hate for it, but he's honest. Can't say the same for most content creators. Sugarcoating happens way too much. And it's important to note again that a lot of people really like iTalk's content for this reason. Again, is it my cup of tea? Not in recent times, like the videos of him, complaining about the state of the game. That's not my cup of tea, but that's okay. I'm not going to just completely hate somebody for it. I'm going to watch the videos that I want to watch. A lot of people really like the things that are calling out Epic Games, okay? Jojo Josiah had this to say, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I did see this one. People get so jealous about Fortnite's free skin program, they just start doing anything, bro. Crapping on Nick and purposely misunderstanding him to get Twitter likes. People crapping on Moon saying don't use his code because he gets free stuff. Like, can we stop? This is a thing that happens so much more than you think. So much more. And again, I've been in this space for a long time now. I see it. I've been paying attention. It's a conversation for another time, but I know a lot of people who receive so much hate for these types of things that it demotivates you from wanting to pursue content creation. Not me personally, but I'm talking about this type of thing affects people. It demotivates you from pursuing content creation, and a lot of people, and some people, you affect their mental health a little bit. I know I've gone on record saying that you should have thick skin if you're in this space, which I still do ultimately believe, but do you really want to be part of something like that? It's a little bit of a difficult conversation to have, man. Again, it's just really no big deal. I wholeheartedly believe a good half of it comes down from jealousy, but the thing is, I understand where some people are coming from. I understand how iTalk's initial post ended up coming off. I just think that people are misinterpreting a lot of it, and he has the best intentions at heart. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Thank you very, very much for watching the video. Check out this video on screen. YouTube thinks that you will like this video the best. Thank you for being here, everybody. Take care, guys.